Good evening, Free Enterprise fans, to this round 3 match in the Zemus Zone 5 Blue Moon Waning bracket between Dubward47 and Saradin. Today we've got S Grunt on seed rolling and restreaming. We've got Fried Potato on tracking, and I am Stoppable Force here in the commentator booth with Chuck Ultra. Chuck, how are you doing this afternoon or evening?
Doing great this evening. It's been looking forward to these matches and seeing, even in the waning matches, there's still a lot of great talent here that we're looking at, especially in Dubward and Saradin.
Absolutely. If there's one thing I can say from having failed out of several tournaments in a row now, the skill in these matches just in these tournaments just keeps going up and up and up, and none of these matches are a dud. These are always fun to watch. Dubward and Saradin sure to be no difference here. So let's take a look at these objectives. What do you think here today? Of course, we've got the Fabul Gauntlet and Golbez, as always.
Yeah, and depending on where some of these are, we got, again, the guards can be free, the Dark Imps can be free, but not looking forward to that Mom Bomb. That can be nasty in so many places.
Yeah, she's very punchy, and she's just a boatload of HP almost anywhere you can find her. I do have another guard that could be free-ish in the guards. One thing that jumps out to me today, this is just kind of a funny theme S-Grunts accidentally rolled for us. Outside of D-Mist, every one of these bosses brings their own friends with them.
That is true. And even then, D-Mist has more than one form that she's playing with, so it's going to be fun there. And it looks like we have a starting Rosa here.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm always fond of a starting Rosa. She's kind of, she can play a lot of roles in a party, depending on whether you need her to be depending on the gear you find. She can be an early healer, she can be an early DPS. How do you feel about a Rosa?
I feel more comfortable if I get an early Earth Crystal, so I can get that exit on her in case there's no other casters for it. It makes some of the routing so much faster.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You don't have to wait on a Porum or a Cecil or Tella to do it for you. Absolutely. Plus this early, if we get it early, that could be an early treasury check, and that could just be more stuff to send Rosa in one way or another.
Or both ways at once. Again, as you mentioned, you can kind of swap on the fly as needed.
Absolutely. Interesting. We've got at least two bosses that are going to be vulnerable to spells like Stone. Maybe it'd be nice to see a Tella pop up early here in the game. Which, as we know, also enables a pretty early grind if we get a good Darkness Crystal.
Yeah, or possibly a Palom after some levels as well would be able to get some of those stones in if those Dark Imps and guards are kind of late.
Also true. Regardless, either way, looks like our racers are off to the races. And let's see who we got here.
All right, that early companion Sid and the Knazo spot 1 there. That's kind of fine. Looks like, was that a Baron key?
Yeah, Knazo just walking in and handing them the key to turn around and come back inside. Probably not going to do it yet, but interesting to see this French Vanilla Knazo got off the throne and handed over the key.
Also a French Vanilla Sid, I guess, depending.
Sort of. He's at least in the castle. So our runners at least know that that's one spot that these required bosses aren't. For people who maybe you're tuning in for the first time, these Zemus Zone 5 flag sets are a boss mode. Our runners need to find 7 of the 8 bosses listed here below, and to beat them, to get the crystal, to go on to face Zemus. So they know that Knazo in the normal wagon spot is not one of their objectives.
Looks like we're getting some early divergence here as well. Some characters that we're going to be finding coming along here, and I can never tell the twins apart. It always gets me in trouble.
I can only tell them if I see them from the side. That's a Palom. There we go. And I believe Saradin finding what I'm going to guess is a Yang based solely on that name. Saradin today rolling with a Final Fantasy XIV themed set of renames for his characters. Very funny.
Yeah, and it also opted to stop looting after those first 3 chests there in Waterfall. Watery Pass, sorry.
Yeah, I'm seeing that a lot more and more. Not a lot of people wanting to go to take a little time to go and check the waterfall, which
I guess,
I guess it is a little out of the way if you don't have exits, so it is just one of those little tiny optimizations. Pick up an archer bow, that'd be a good pickup for that Rosa early on. Dubward immediately heading up Mad Ordeals for a character check here. Dubward aiming to fill his party out ASAP.
Yeah, like we've seen so many of the Red Moon seeds, again, if it's not a Foo or an Edge start, then they go for the characters. But if it's a Foo or Edge, they tend to just clear the overworld with just those and call it good.
It's true. Those last two characters you would normally get in vanilla come with some advanced levels, bring a little power to help power through these overworld seeds, whereas Sid and Rosa might need a little help for some of these.
Yep, and there's that Edge, and we also get Dubward going in through Eblin Castle. Looks like he's doing some looting. I don't think he's going to be taking any trap chests yet, though.
No, that's exciting, because I don't think Dubward... I didn't see if he stopped at Damsian, so he may not actually have that Edge, but he may just be looking to get loot for the people he has now, and not bother with any character switching right off the bat.
Yeah, I don't think he did stop at the Damsian, but looks like we're getting the Damsian basement.
Oh man, he'll want to get that Edge though. There's a full moon for Edge, keep him safe in the back row. There's a life staff for Rosa when it's time for her to be a healer.
Yeah, and again, in that basement there in Damsian, we get the boomerang and a short sword, so we get a couple pieces there. Because I believe in the Blue Moon we start with Sea Nikki, so we don't have any gear except for one low tier weapon.
Yeah, so Runner's pretty happy to see whatever we can get. I believe that was a poison axe for Sid. That'll be real nice if you want to chuck him in the center there and let him get that little accuracy bonus from being the center slot. Sid can put the hurt on here early. Dubward encountering one of those random monster chests in Eblin, exiting out, as you guessed, coming back in to do some more looting, finds a glass helm, really good early on for physical damage prevention. A middle sword and ninja hat, so if Dubward goes and picks up Edge, or if Saradin goes to Eblin, we're going to have tricked out ninjas.
Yeah, that's a good Edge starter set there. We got Evil Wall here at Mount Hobbs, not required.
Nope, we can just leave that right where it is. I don't know how I got up there, but it can stay there.
Must be freshly carved from the mountain or something.
Yeah, somebody just, it's a monument, really. Right,
looks like possibly get a bedward check.
Yeah, looks like a bedward check versus an antlion check here. Dubward going to Troya to talk to Edward in bed, get a free key item on this. And Saradin diving into Antlion Cave finds a heroin chest, a heroin robe in a random chest. The seed is really saying, hey, Archer Rosa early, please.
Oh, that's our hook from Bedward there. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of earth crystals there, so I kind of have my fingers crossed there to just run across, go do the treasury, and get that, again, exit on Rosa. But it looks like we have a sure down here at Antlion.
This can be this could have been a little tricky, except that they've got some power here in this Edge and some throwing stars to take it out. Sometimes it can be tricky to life locker in these low level spots for some reason.
Yeah, it's something with the agility, and especially with Edge being a fast anchor.
Yeah, there we go. Ooh, just some samurai armor for his difficulty, but I believe Edge now has a piece of gear in every slot, at least between the two of them.
Yeah, maybe not optimal, but definitely something to get him going.
Yeah, so that we're here confirming that is in fact a Yang in the Watery Pass. Treasure not too impressive beforehand, though. Yeah, chat saying they're surprised that Saradin is walking this out. I imagine he's more walking out the heroin robe and other treasures he found rather than the samurai armor. Samurai armor on its own, not a great reward.
Yeah, it's definitely true. And kind of getting there's an earth hammer there in the under the cave chest.
So that'll be a nice find for Dubward, especially if we can find that Mylon early. Mylon zombie friends weak to things like fire and the earth hammer, because this game does what it says is a fire weapon. So.
Yeah, it's also good to know that again that earth hammer is quake in a can for some of those, especially for like an early gauntlet or something like that. It's a good way to clear.
Yep, Sid may be no mage, but he's at least as good as a J item this early on.
Looks like we're getting some more shopping from Saradin here. I see some Cure 3s in there. That's always good for some of those undead bosses.
Yeah, real nice for yeah, some of the undead bosses just to have on hand sometimes, just in case Rose is busy doing something else, like filling people full of arrows. A lot of times, Sid late game is reduced to just throwing around those heal potions as his damage falls off, so it can be good to have something for him to use. Saradin returning to ordeals here. I think he went up. No, he did not do the character check. Yes, he did do the character check, so he may actually be making a run up the mountain now.
That makes sense. It's 3 bosses, fairly low power here, especially with that edge on hand, as well as a key item check.
There we go. Dubward finally getting that edge to hold all that equipment that you found in Eblin for him. Bidding Edward farewell. We're trading one Edward for another Edward. That's fine.
Yep. We don't have the spoon yet, so again, Edward's kind of hard to justify keeping unless you're going to use him to inspect the floor there for a while.
Yeah, if you, I have a hard time with the just giving him a spoon on this difficulty because he's so squishy. Keeping him alive to the point where you can effectively wield that spoon can still be tricky.
Yeah, especially when you don't have like a back row Cecil for cover strats.
Oh, exactly. Ooh, I'm really glad to find that ninja stuff now. Edge came with a charm claw.
Yep, so now with that, again, the full moon, the middle sword, and that ninja hat, he's going to start swinging away, especially if he comes up to ordeals and meets this Rubicon.
Yep, here we are with our the first boss here, just a Rubicon. The magic's here not very impressive, and honestly neither is the physical attack, so the only real thing to worry about here is the glare, which even at these low hit point totals will probably take out whoever hits unless it's Sid or maybe Edge.
Well, these Fire 2s don't exactly tickle, again, as you mentioned with these health totals. It still takes down his little palm there.
Yeah, that part's not great. Still, if you can keep Edge and Sid alive here, they're probably going to carry the party.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what their anchoring plans are. Again, early overworld fast anchoring is just fine, but once we start getting to the underworld, depending on what the hook boss is, you might want to consider adjusting those speeds a little bit.
Yep. The go-to I'd be looking at right here, especially if I could find something like a Dwarf Axe or a Curse Ring, or preferably both, would be eventually migrating Sid into that position. Sid is kind of interesting in that he is capable of wearing that kind of gear that curses him and still outputting decent damage from the center slot as opposed to just being fully useless like some anchors. Or they could be planning to go pick up a character they've each dismissed. We've got a Rydia waiting in Basidia on Saradin's side, very low speed at level 1, and Edward on Dubward's side could pull the same duty.
Yeah, it's definitely a good point there. We don't have a Tella who's commonly seen as that anchor as well, and you get no curse ring yet, but that doesn't mean it can't be found, especially in those gated shops in the underworld.
Yep, and so we're through the leg. We went and saved wisely since it knocked down everybody except Sid. Came back, and here's what that was in the back attack slot. Getting all the elements at once, but this is not one I want to encounter here.
All the elements except for the one we need, being that Mylon and Friends. And Dubward's getting that Ashura down, and I'm wondering if he's going to reset out after seeing that Samurai armor, or if he's going to keep that Poison Axe.
Yeah, it's very tempting with the other stuff in here. He's thinking about it. I can see the thought right now. Do I really want to carry this out for all this other stuff? And the answer seems to be yes.
If nothing else, there's other stuff they do sell for some gold, and that can really help with, again, buying some of those Bacchus wines, sirens, or other J items that might be useful.
It's true. Saradin retreating back off Mount Ordeals for now. Cannot blame him. Valvalis has some gross defense in that spot, and just come back with some more multipliers when you can just clever. Yeah, we've got some other checks we can make. We still got the Fabul defense waiting for us. We could still check Baron Inn is out there, and of course we still have the Mist Cave and Waterfall. They don't hold progression items, but they could hold bosses.
And we get that Waterfall from Dubward, just as you mentioned it there. Looks like we have King and Queen Eblin.
Oh, that is not where our runners are hoping to see that completely free pair of bosses. King Queen Eblin, of course, just spamming low-level spells, becoming conscious and fading away, and wonderful to see in a late-game spot. Feels real wasted as a runner when you see them somewhere completely optional and low-level like that. Dubward also going to give us a Mist Cave check, while while the other form of Mylon is at Fabul today.
Yeah, happy seeing that purple robe, but then seeing the Z after that, it's like, oh, so close.
So I believe that means our runners have found every element except elements and the Mylon they actually need to take down as an objective.
Yeah, we did have that Kainaza right at that Baron Castle 1 spot there. Looks like we have Dubward and possibly heading to the inn and maybe following up to see who's behind that Kainazo.
Yeah, with this tricked out edge, I would definitely at least consider peeking it. We have a blue robe here. This could be our alt gauntlet in the first spot here at the inn. Or it could just be a water hag. We'll find out.
Okay, water hag. There we go. It's probably quicker to damage him out and then go through the script there, but I think we still have to go through the script as we get a rat tail from the Fabul defense.
Well, there we go. That could be interesting, especially with the hook being easily obtainable from Edward, as long as Saradin remembers to go pick it up. Yeah, I'm not sure which is going to happen first here on Water Hag.
I think in the base game they gave him something upwards of like 20,000 health just to make sure you do go through the script instead of damaging him out.
Yeah, if you're ever not pressed for time and want to see a fun trick, reflect spells onto him while Anna's on screen. Anna is actually... you can do a little ghost busting.
We did see Dwarf Axe in the Fabul shop there. I don't think he grabbed one though.
Might not have the money for one yet. Might not actually want one yet, but could be very useful later if you intend to use it as an anchor. The fact that he didn't grab one may mean that that's not his intention. But dismissing that level 1 Rydia, that may actually be Saradin saying that he'll come back for her when it's time for anchors.
Well, he is going to grab that hook now as Dubward goes through Baron 2, grabbing that the Magus Sisters, getting them knocked out.
Yeah, not too terrible of a spot to see the Magus Sisters here just because of the speed. Their slowness versus Edge being a fast anchor here is actually really nice. Baron not much of a threat, and what is behind them? It's a spoon.
So that's either you go back and grab Edward and still have Sid do anchor duty, or you just kind of save that as a I don't want to fight that boss, have a quad 9 to the face.
Yeah, I personally feel like I saved that as a boss delete button, but I guess everyone has their own opinion. What would you do here, Chuck?
I just pocket the spoon, save it for Antlion on hook, for instance. Something I just don't want to face. Get out of jail free card.
Yeah, find something on the moon that's going to be punchy and just nope.
Saradin finding the sad news of the King and Queen Evelyn taking their shower there.
Not too bad. Oh, looks like Dubward is actually going to take the spoonward approach. Hero of the people here, dismissing Sid and picking up Edward. So we have the double Edward party.
All right, let's see how that plays out for him. Again, you can back row him, so he can be a little bit safer. Again, being the Blue Moon, the back row glitch, along with a couple others, are in play.
Yep, you don't actually have to permanently keep a ranged weapon on him on this flag set to keep him acting as though he was in the back row. So, Edge would... yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Well, yeah, because the Dreamer Harp does back row, so that Edward is going to be safe in the back row. Maybe look at putting that glass hat on him. There we go, exactly. At least keep him alive until we can get a little XP on him. Yeah,
starting with 60 health is not optimal, and he doesn't get a whole lot more as the levels go on. I think I've seen him maxed out at like 1,500 health at Z levels here.
Yeah, it's entirely possible that Edward can be at the stage where you're using him in the end game, and he's still very in danger of dying to a big bang at any time. Alright, Saradin and our runners kind of crossing over each other's footsteps here. Saradin taking on the Magus Sisters at Baron Inn. Dubward going out Mount Ordeals, doing a little extra looting out of his path. Finds a black belt, not too bad. Going to probably get through this leg with little difficulty, and then also get the bad news about back attack about balance.
At least with the back attack Valvalis, I do believe the spoon is going to be able to damage break her defense, as well as Rosa's heroin robe and bow equipped there is going to kind of bypass some of that evasion, be at least able to do some damage.
It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, it'll do some damage. I don't think it'll necessarily be fast. It'll be interesting to see if Dubward wants to try it here, though. Knocking over that Redia, I think I figured out who Dubward plans to use as an anchor.
Yep, let's see. Again, 700 damage from a level 1 Edward. Still falls over to the fire too, but again, it's fairly good damage for a level 1 character.
Yeah, we love you, Glass Hat, but you only do physical defense, and Rubicon doesn't care about that.
It looks like Saradin's kind of having a little bit of trouble with the Magus Sisters there, kind of bringing some of the characters back to life there. But he does have Mindy down, so that should be most of the danger past.
There we go. Cindy goes down as well. Now we just hope Sandy doesn't mesmerize Edge. That could go real bad. There we go. He's through. Alright, finding the back attack of Alice. Unfortunately, that spoon that could break her defenses is on the guy who's taking a nap on the ground right now. And Edge can't do it with a full moon and a middle sword.
Nope, that weak coming out. Again, not really super dangerous here. She does do some hits, but again, you do have that white mage available to cast. I believe she has Blink at this point.
I believe she does, although it looks like right now she is also our primary source of damage on Down Atlas, landing 1100 there. So I think we're going to let Rosa carry this party.
Might be opting instead to do the life potion roulette there. But again, Rosa able to tank that hit, no problem, especially with that heroin.
Yeah, just a single damage coming out. That's not going to be a big deal. Edge going to throw a dart here. Darts will go around that evasion.
Looks like he also has a Slumber Sword as a secondary dart that he can use there if he wants to. Again, I believe that's a free 1400 damage or so.
Couldn't hurt. I don't see anybody else here wielding it. That almost casting a weak on Edward. Oh no, 34 hit points lost. Valvalis goes down. Dubward is our first one through here. On the Saradin side, Saradin going to give us a peek at what the Rat Tail has. It's assembled all the pieces necessary. Let's see if... let's just see what we got. It's the Pigtail.
Oh, that's a good trade in there. Just turn it around and turn right back in.
And Excalibur for Mr. Not Appearing in the Seed. Well, it's a... I don't think that one's even a dart, though, is it? Yeah, it's a dart. It's a lovely dart.
Yes, I believe it's the crystal sword that you cannot.
Yeah, that's correct. It is a lovely dart for Edge. And it's also not too bad, especially as our runners work towards getting 10 key items to double the XP gained from bosses and maybe grinds later. That does technically give Saradin 2 key items gained, the Rat Tail and the Pigtail back-to-back, so...
Yep, and we see the pan descending from the legend spot here, so that's always good to have before you get underground there, so you can kind of do one-shot the Sylph Cave.
Just going to read this out loud so everyone can shame him. That's Grunt saying that, ordeals sure panned out. Finding the Karate Man there, who's eventually going to be woken up by that pan when our runners get underground.
Yeah, well-themed top of ordeals here for at least matching that key item to the boss there.
Yep, not... Runner's slowly running out of checks, though. And hello, Raiders from Free Enterprise 3, where another match just finished. Remember, please do not spoil anything of the match that just happened over there, or you get the bunk.
Yeah, looks like Saradin's over here taking trap chests. I would believe he's an Eblin here. Again, having trouble with the Staleman there.
Yeah, Stalemate can be rough. Edge can take out the zombies, no problem, but then someone needs to get this guy who just wants to put everyone to sleep. Weak to ice, so Colin can get the spell off. That'll take care of that at least. Hope we can get the Rosa back up first.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been trying to keep that Rosa up, but yeah, that Staleman just had it out for her.
No dice, but at least he got through. Might get some nice loot out of it. Let's cross our fingers here. Finds a white shirt.
Again, it's pairs well. Okay, so you got the heroin robe and the white shirt. So again, white caster or curatives, or as she's been doing so far, just DPS.
Yep, looks like Saradin has kind of an in-between setup here. Has the white shirt on with a different kind of bow, not the overreducer or healing stats like the Artie Bow would if we found that. So just opting to clear out the rest of Evelyn. Probably will take the rest of the trap chest. That's a nice little bundle of XP and potentially some more lucrative items for her. Then we're doing a little shopping, finding silk webs for sale. Never read to have those around for some of these bosses. And Dubward's going to give us a check-in Baron. That's neat.
Yeah, hopefully be able to get past that Kenozo and kind of give us a peek at who's behind them. They may peek the Odin spot, again, the Baron basement, but I don't think they're going to be taking it at this level here. Although he does have that gun gear spear he can throw now.
Yep, it's never bad to at least look at the Odin spot for information, although with the, sadly, your King Queen Evelyn that you're hoping for is definitely not here. But it could be something like the Dark Imps. If you've got if you pick an hourglass somewhere, that fight becomes free-ish. But
Saradin fighting that life staff and immediately giving that to Rosa there, so it looks like he's just going to relegate her to white mage duty.
Makes sense. He's got a lot of heavy hitters on this party. Sid is putting out decent damage. Edge is obviously tricked out. Yang will just get better as he gets levels, and I believe he's still going to pal him. So, same deal as with Yang. All he really needs is some levels to get spells on them.
Yep. Again, possibly saving those two for anchor duty, Rydia and Edward. Or, again, if you... I believe it was Saradin that saw the Dwarf Axe in Phobal Castle. Might grab one of those for Sid later just to see about, again, slowing him down.
I believe that's right. I did not see on the previous trip into Evelyn that there was a ninja sword upstairs, too. So, and Dubward has uncovered a Mersame somewhere, too. So, this is really a very edge-heavy seed.
Yeah, definitely telling you fit that boy up and let him go.
Keep the ninja. Give him gear. Here's Ganatsu. He can be a little scary with his waves, but we've got a Palom on board to and a Rydia, both by Rydia. We've got a Palom who can cast Lit 1. I don't think we're in any worry about this party getting washed away.
And I do believe with the Blue Moon flag set that they also give you 10 Thor Rages to start things off with, so you can time those well enough to, again, scare the waves back down to keep it under control if needed.
That's true. We can all make it through Turtle if we need to. Saradin taking down a trap chest over here in Evelyn. Everybody up this time, including Rosa. Let me see it. Getting Virus on Palom and a Stardust Rod. There you go.
Also for Palom. So that's going to be some great power early.
Yeah, that's going to be really nice when you take him underground. Plus, that Stardust Rod itself can actually just be used to help do AoE damage here on presumably the third chest, which I don't think he's found yet. He found it.
Yep, just now.
Mad Ogres.
So I'm always tempted with the Mad Ogres to kind of have Edge on sneak duty just to grab some early Bacchus there. Just to have a couple in the pocket and let everybody else kill him if they can. But it looks like he needs that damage right now.
Yeah, maybe if you get down to one of them, and since nobody else is berserk, you can at least control that nobody's going to swing and kill them while you're trying to fight them. I would definitely be tempted to take a few, yeah. Alright, Dubward over here equipping Edward as an archer, however briefly, and then taking it right back off and letting him build a spear.
So I'm guessing he may have had the back row even though he came with a harp. I know that there's like 2 harps that are back row and the rest are not, if that memory serves.
Yeah, and I know sometimes I like to do it just in case because I don't always trust the flag to set correctly since it's already a extremely well-programmed flag anyway. On the Throne of Baron today, we find an Ogo Bogo. Nice to see this sparkle here rather than somewhere where it can be completely deadly. Unfortunately, it's still not an objective. Our runners are slowly running out of places on the overworld to maybe spike an easy boss, and it looks like our bosses are going to be hiding underground and possibly on the moon today. Except for the Tower of Zod or the music check, which we haven't managed to unlock yet.
Yeah, again, I'm kind of glad that the Sparkle turned out to be Ogopogo. Yes, it's definitely the note broke still. Still can put out a lot of damage, but at least it's not a Bahamut and not Bahamut, a Wyvern, and you didn't save.
Yeah, if you swag walk in here and get your face blown off by Wyvern, that's just a feel bad moment. Saradin opting that now is the time to head underground, grabbing these things in Cave Evelyn. Probably going to take the trap chest here when he finds it too, which he does.
Yeah, it looks like he's staying.
Yep, so I'd say we'll see. Soon we'll have a quick peek at who is hiding in the Rubicon spot, and then it'll just be a matter of who's in front of that spot to potentially stall our runners even further.
Yeah, I also love that with the randomization and everything else, they also randomize those sprites there holding up the walls for us there. A couple of fun ones.
Yeah, I love those. I took a short break before those were implemented. When I came back, I was so excited to see those. I laughed out loud. It was just another great little touch here by our developers.
Yes, yeah, I've seen an evil holding the wall back, so I thought that was really fun.
So our runner's just getting the pass for clearing out Baron. Not bad though. Means if we do find a lot of these objectives underground, maybe we don't have to go to get those aromas. That we're gonna at least peek that Odin throne too.
Yep, it looks like Saradin's also got that Murasame and Ninja Sword on there. Got a Karate Gi to go with it as he's peeking down at the Evelyn shop here.
And we see him selling gear, so there might be something else in that shop that he's looking for. There's one of our objectives. D-Mist is hiding out on the Odin throne.
Yeah, that's not a fun spot for D-Mist. Again, it's really, really quick and kind of hits a little hard.
Yeah, it's just due to it being a summon. It is on a power level on par with some of the underground bosses, and not something our runners are equipped to take on right now. And yeah, just going to move on with that knowledge in the back of his head. Dubward knows if he gets to 6 bosses, or if he gets powered up down here underground, maybe from a Siren Grand, he knows where he can come back and grab another one.
Okay, taking a peek at the Evelyn shops here, we do see a ninja robe, and then saw some spears that he can buy for throwing if he wants to, but looks like he's opting out of all of that and just going straight down into the cave.
Yeah, I think he's got his ninja about as kitted out as he wants to, unless you see yet another better sword. So onward and downward in this case. Gonna continue to peek these chests because they are pretty good loot quality. Long sword, but he's already got ninja. Presumably Murasame is floating around Baron, so got a assassin dagger. That could be nice for some of these non-free bosses to just swoon them instantly.
Yeah, I see a Sylph summon, so Dubward's probably going to be happy to see that. That's good healing. I've seen it get a lot of use, especially in the hook route bosses.
It would probably get more use if he wasn't leaving her on the ground. There's turret guards.
Yeah, now the question is that Baron guards, or is that the officer in guards?
I mean, we know which one Saradin hopes it is, but I guess we'll find out very shortly.
I don't believe we found any coffins yet. I'm not seeing any in their inventory, but again, that would be one way to take care of that boss being not including the boss bit.
Yep. Certain no one being punished for not buying a Dwarfax. There's a Dwarfax in the first chest in the Tower of Battle.
I wonder if he's taking a peek trying to find a trap chest in here.
Yeah, Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Wonder if he's looking to get some more levels.
I would wager he absolutely is. I know I'm always personally looking to scrape together as much XP as I can get before I head down here. Skipping that one extremely out of the way chest, which is fine. Finds a cursed ring. So we now have the Sid anchor kit if Saradin wants it. We've got the Dwarfax and cursed ring. That Sid is now all set to be your anchor if you want.
Definitely. That's he's probably happy to be keeping him around there.
Yeah, doesn't have to go back and exchange him for that Rydia if he doesn't want to. He's set to go on his anchoring situation, although it appears he might just be diving down with a fast anchor and taking his chances. We'll just have to see if that pays out for him.
Yep, as we get our first look at the hook spot 1. Oh, fun!
Yeah, you gotta love these gauntlets that come with eggs. I believe here they mostly turn into other monsters in this area.
Yeah, they're sadly not the yellow dragon. Get some free grind eggs here, but Again, still a bit of a grind here before that guard spot. So again, the guard spot could be rude.
Yeah, the guard spot could be rude, but altogether, this is actually one of the nicer gauntlets. I mean, you've seen a lot of these monsters before. I mean, this is practically just a Castle Evelyn trap chest here.
Yeah, mix between them two. Yeah.
Just a little remix. We replaced the second black cat with a mad ogre.
Yeah,
which Sid can easily take out with the poison axe he's rocking on that side. He is very well equipped to cut down a giant size.
Yeah, and I was going to say, we're also getting the Mad Ogres on Dubward's side there as well, getting that Drain Spear. And we're also seeing Eddie doing fairly similar damage to that Sid with the Poison Axe.
Yeah, which is wild at this level, and it's just going to increase as he gets higher in level. Here's some. All right, we're on fight 3 of the gauntlet already. This is zooming right along for Saradin. He's probably, I have to imagine, you're pretty pleased to see the gauntlet here. The stats in this spot that they normally give to King and Queen Evelyn can cause some bosses to just be kind of outrageous in this spot. This is not a good spot to run into the Karate Man, for example.
Or an Antlion.
Obviously, he's already out of the or Antlion, or Dark Knight Cecil's not real nice here, just because of the HP totals your party has here. But yeah, just fighting sorcerers and Blade Man and other monsters from lower Pablo, our party is well equipped for these. So yeah, this is that's rolling a kind of a pleasant King Queen Evelyn spot here.
I still find it interesting. Again, well-coded game and everything like that. These Blade Men are apparently undead. I completely didn't even know that when I played it going through many years ago in vanilla.
Nope, that was a thing I learned from here. They are, I believe in later translations, they've even been like renamed something like Sword Ghost or something. Like they've emphasized more in later translations that they are in fact undead. I guess we were supposed to figure that out from the weird pallid coloration. I don't know.
So now we get a green dragon there in the last egg. So again, shouldn't be any kind of problem there. Palom takes a hit, but survives.
Yeah, they can't even take out Palom, and this is a monster I've actually grinded on purpose on Battle, so probably not the first time. You even managed to poison it before taking it out.
Dubward's kind of skipping on some loot there. Don't think he's going to find that Dwarf Axe and Curse Ring if he keeps this pace going.
No, Dubward just kind of zooming on down to the boss. Saradin going to go back and save. I can't blame him. I mean, these cards could be rude, although I think he's more than set up to handle it. But you know, safety is the name of the game sometimes.
Yep. Again, that's Gauntlet's not a quick boss spot to clear, no matter where it's at. It's never really fast.
Yeah, Saradin made it look fast, but you know he's sitting through each of those fights going, come on, come on, come on. All right, let's see if we got the right guards here. Is this a twofer on the hook route?
It is. Lovely.
All right, so yeah, as I said, unfortunately no coffins or anything, but these guys are considered mages. If we pick up any mute arrows somewhere, then we could equip somebody for those, and we also can definitely mute them to prevent them from countering our spells.
Yep, so you hit them with the physical, they go for the I believe piggy or size. Piggies if they
Piggies if they get cast on, yeah, because they try to make your physical characters small and your casters into pigs. But instead, we just mute them, and now they just ineffectually try to respond to spells and can't do it. So now all that's left is to worry about their physical attacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say they can still bop you,
except for Rosa. Adding insult to injury here, Yang puts them to sleep, which is one of the side effects of the cat claw that doesn't come up very often.
Oh, interesting. Dubward sees that it's again the 2 blue robes, indicating it's the gauntlet, and resets back out. Looks like he's gonna do some setup there before going back and giving that another whack.
Yeah, likely since he's got that Rydia in the center as an anchor, likely aiming to have Palom up top to just immediately fire off viruses and quakes as fast as he can. Dubward aiming to virus and quake his way through this as fast as possible to get to the guards behind.
Doesn't have a lot of MP on that Palom at the moment, only 79, so I believe that's only 2 or 3 Quake casts, so he's going to have to be kind of careful how he uses his magic there.
Yeah, hopefully Virus will carry through a lot of it here, and then I believe there's a couple ethers in our runner's inventory, so it might be a prime time to use one. Saradin, on the other hand, dropping Quake after Quake on these guards in between punching them, and has one down, and the other probably not far behind here.
Yeah, again, he's probably feeling kind of happy to see, again, not only is it a double objective spot, but not exactly a rough boss to find here. You can find some mean ones. So, again, Kainazo in this spot, or other bosses like Mom Bomb are really just kind of rude here.
Yep, and Saradin is underground at 37 minutes after taking out 2 bosses in a row. Escrant, our restreamer tonight, rolling a merciful hook route for these runners. And while Dubward cleans up here and Saradin launches his airship, just want to say, give these runners a follow if you can. They both are putting on a heck of a show. Great runners in their own right. And give a shout out to our behind-the-scenes team here of Escrant, our restreamer and seed roller, and apparently International Man of Mercy today, as well as Fried Potato, the man with the name that looks unpronounceable until you know the trick, pushing all the buttons, lighting up these objectives, and just doing a generally great job paying attention behind the scenes. And of course, shout out to my co-commentator Chuck Ultra tonight. It's been a pleasure so far.
I think I just want to echo that. Again, great restream team here. Again, keeping things going, bringing you the show. And also, glad to be here with my co-commentator, Stoppable Force. Again, keeping me on track here.
That's usually what we need Escrant to do. All right, Saradin coming downstairs, immediately going for the grind early, grind often strategy. Going to pop that siren right away and take out a yellow dragon for a burst of XP.
Yeah, did move that Palom around, but probably going to use that for a Quake there, just knock it out in one shot.
There. Yep. Hopefully the kid can do it. He's got a Stardust Rod. Perfect. Chat asking if there was a peek at the boss on the top of the Tower of Babel. I didn't see it if there was one. I think Saradin may not have gotten far enough over. We'll have to see if Dubward does it instead.
Yeah, as you said, I didn't catch it as well as watching you walked out the airship cutscene, but I missed the boss check if there was.
Yeah, I'm not sure he swerved far enough over. I know I'm about 50-50 on remembering to do it. The other one is I'll remember to do it as the airship is launching. Dang it, did not go far enough, right?
Looks like Fried Potato did catch that. Probably took a clip to take a quick peek, and Antlion is what he's saying was there. So good to know that it's there. It means you don't have to do it. These runners are probably going to fade that.
Yep, we might see a half tower special at best, but I don't think we'll see the full tower unless we need a key item behind it. And that was, I believe, a Sparkle dancing around there in the first boss slot in Dwarf Castle.
Sadly, we don't need any sparkles on this boss set, so let's see what's on boss spot 2 there, as neither of our guys went up Zot.
I did not realize that until you pointed out. Not a single sparkle required tonight. Just a Pale Dim. Responds interestingly to summons, which we don't have, so I imagine this will be a lot of hitting it and then listening to the wonderful sounds of slow.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love do 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 do?
Yep, there we go. It's definitely some people's song there. I like to kind of do the dance and the Pale Dim for it.
Yeah, Pale Dim, not terribly threatening if you can just keep him doot-dooting everyone while you clower to death with your physical fighters. So I don't think this will be very long. Maybe there'll be something required behind it.
Yep, and we also see on Dubward's side, he's taking different, instead of muting, he went ahead and went for the frog strats on the guards. Not only does it keep them from casting spells, but again, it kind of makes them a little more vulnerable to the physical attacks.
Yep, and also reduces their physical attacks to just 1 damage on pretty much everybody. Probably should have seen this coming when he moved Toad up along with Virus when he was rearranging Palom's spells there. Again, just real nice heads up play from Dubward here.
boy, Dr. Dialogue.
Well, I don't think he's going to get to talk much here between the three-way hit point split that this is about to face, but more importantly, this is objective.
Yeah, so Saradin, happy to be seeing this guy here. Again, it's not really a hard boss in most places, but again, required boss, plus he's going to get a key item afterwards from Giot's daughter there.
Yeah, the biggest difficulty with Dr. Luge, besides the fact that he really likes to talk, is in high HP spots, the laser in the second form can be completely deadly. But the HP that's normally assigned to the spot is going to be split up 3 different ways here, and each one's just going to get a little sliver of it. So this won't take any time at all.
Yep, and Dubward getting that check as well, kind of verifying for us what Fried Potato saw earlier, that it is Antlion there. And Saradin's through the second form there on Luge.
There we go. That didn't take long at all. Now we get to find out what Luca has made into jewelry today. Dwarven fashion is just wild.
I'm also curious to see if Palom got up to warp or not. I don't know if their Palom got to level 30 yet.
Ooh, that could be that would be tragic if he misses out on that. Oh wow, it was not a magnet key. I don't want to say the thing.
Did take an egg. That's right. He did do that grind down in the overworld, down in the underworld here.
There we go. Using warp to go to the key item room in the Luca cave. Just picking up the legend sword. Not something necessarily good since we're not doing hero on this flag set. There's a high chance the item that the Forge would make is not really great for any of us, but it is another step towards 10 key items.
Definitely, and with Super Forge on, it's always kind of fun. It looks like it's just a crystal hat from Luca there.
Just a crystal hat on a chain around her neck. Dwarves, man. Finding sirens for sale in Dwarf Castle, though, that makes it all worth it.
Yep, so now I can, again, kind of sell what you need there. Again, anything that's non-throwable, non-useful. Definitely raise some funds to get some of the sirens. Just get that grind done and done.
Yep. Grind early, grind often, and our runners will definitely have found the tools to grind early. I imagine they're probably going to be hoping to make up a few more key items so they don't have to grind quite as much, but we see Saradin's picked up 20 sirens, so he may just be ready to go get power overwhelming right now.
Yep, and just seeing in chat there, I was mistaken. I thought it was level 30. It is level 29 that Pelham gets that warp spell.
There you go. I don't know what level anybody gets anything, unfortunately. So. One of the many facts about this game that I have never been able to memorize is what level spells come in at. Yep, Saradin going to go for his grind right now, using sirens right here to summon up yellow dragon eggs. Probably needs to move that Palom into a different spot to land these quakes a little quicker.
Yeah, it's gonna make it go just a little bit quicker. Every second counts. Again, some of these races have been super close. So again, I agree with the grind early and get it as far or as close to nuke as you can. We're not quite at 10 key items, so I don't think that they're going to be hunting down the Fey March to see if they can find some more free bosses to, again, get those up to 10 key items or not. But
and interestingly, Saradin looks like does not have the pants, so will not be getting a free check there at Yang in the bed in the Sylph Cave. Whereas for Dubward, that will actually be kind of a double dip.
Yep, that's correct. Saradin bounced off that Valinor deals and never went back.
Well, if he wants to go back now, he can definitely handle it. Dubward taking on the Dwarf Castle bosses has found the Pale Dim. Seems to be having a little more difficulty with it. Rosa once again going down. He's just having the worst luck keeping Rosa up in these seats today.
Yeah, it looks like he's Saradin's setting up the some anchoring there, and it looks like he only bought 20 sirens, so I don't think that's going to be quite enough to get a nuke on the kid or white on Rosa. But again, it'll get him a good way to probably be able to get the rest, again, grinding through some of the bosses before getting to Z.
Yeah, it'll probably get him the power level he needs to at least go take on those Fey March bosses, take on Moon bosses, the demist in the Odin Throne, and then you can pick up extra XP from there as you go along to kind of fill it out. So he doesn't have to do his entire grind here. He'll just get most of the way there, and then let the game naturally coast into nuke.
Yeah, and Dubward showing us something kind of interesting there. Balnab, his first hit usually hits Dr. Luge, but if you kill Dr. Luge really super quick, Balnab actually hits himself, not getting the direction and the dialogue from Dr. Luge.
Interesting. I guess Balnab using the same retargeting as most algorithms. He's supposed to hit a monster. There's no monster. Hits himself.
I believe that targeting is also the same as on Evil Wall that we saw in Mount Hobbs.
Yes, where if Evil Wall can't, although if Evil Wall can't hit anything, it will hit itself, which is truly bizarre. Saradin taking just popping a few eggs, getting a little bit of power, and then diving down here into the Fey March. So maybe hoping to see some more key items, see something that'll lead into a little more progression. Maybe just hoping to save some to get to the moon, where there are some more lucrative grinds you can pull up with your sirens if you need to. Finding the package, it is a key item, and it is technically a boss check. And it also lets you see a pig get so mad that he splits the world in half.
Yeah, Dubward getting that warp glitch in there as well, getting his legend sword.
So I'm curious, Chuck, what are your thoughts on the package check on the Zemus Zone 5 flag sets?
For me, mostly for routing purposes, if I get it in the overworld, I'll check it right away. If I get it in the underground or on the moon, I typically check it last. It's like, I don't want to stop.
Yeah, if you've already got other places to be, it just feels bad to sidetrack for that. But I always like it as something that you maybe you can figure your opponent won't necessarily do. Speaking of things your opponent won't necessarily do, Saradin immediately running straight up to challenge Golbez in the Leviathan spot today.
Yep, so this is a spot I believe Golbez will actually kind of kill himself a little bit quicker than anything else. Getting the Venom glitch off there. Again, finely coded game there. That Venom's going to go ahead and prevent that Hulk gas.
Yep, there's a priority to status effects, and being envenomed will prevent Golbez from paralyzing our party, so we can react very quickly to whatever Shadow decides to eat today.
Yep, and hopefully they'll be able to get their Star Veils up and be able to kind of wait out this Golbez. And yes, his routine can be a little bit grating, but again, I believe we'll get the last laugh on this one.
Well, there's a reason that Golbez only gets to do his comedy act here in underground clubs like the Fey March. There, Escond, are you happy Shadow got to eat 3 whole people?
I think they call that audience participation.
Absolutely. Dubward on the other side here, having found the source of sirens, looks like going to take out an egg himself. Probably several more. We'll see if he does a whole grind here, or if he carries through to the Fey March after a few as well.
Yeah, looks like he's taken on a few at least already. I think I saw him buy 15. Might have been 20 as well. I don't remember.
It's probably as many as his money would allow. That's how most of these tend to go. Golbo's doing an absolutely wonderful job here, damaging himself. Not necessarily as good as he would do next door, but giving Saradin plenty of time to get Star Veils up in between Resing Edge.
Yeah, again, he won the roll there. Again, 1 out of 3 to hit Edge and bounced off somebody else that already had a Veil, so that's good.
And our protected Edge gonna chuck a Bacchus Wand just to move this along a little faster.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that always confused me, because again, it's got the Berserk animation, but Berserk reflects off of a Star Veil, the Bacchus does not.
Yep, just one of those little quirks of items. Items will apply to you regardless, same as a Cure Potion versus a Cure Spell is.
Yeah, it looks like Eddie's having some trouble cracking the eggs on his own, so we're getting second swings in from Edge, it looks like.
Oh, Eddie. You're trying, bud. This Golbez proving to be a big sack of HP. but our runner's getting plenty of time to swing on him in between each spell.
Yeah, Bacchus on the edge kind of putting out quite a bit of damage there, almost as much as Golbez is doing to himself. So.
At this point, I would be more concerned about the. I'm just going to say we'd be concerned about the star veils running out, but not concerned anymore. Golbez fades away, and that is a second objective or a third objective, fourth objective for Saradin. I can count, I promise.
Yep, words are hard, and so are numbers.
Yep, just gets a crystal gauntlet, unfortunately. No progress behind that Golbez other than objective count. Hopefully that doesn't mean that our progress is trapped behind the Dark Elf, but it might be. Although our runners may be capable of taking on Dark Elf at this point. I think they
with a little bit of grind they did. Yeah, I don't think he has weak. Again, Dark Elf, once he transforms, loses that boss bit, so he's vulnerable to weak, but I don't think he has that on Palin yet. I believe that's like level 48, so that's well down the list there.
Yeah, that one's up there's a way, but his actual magic's going to tickle like it always does. The status effects and the few physical attacks will be the bigger concern here until phase 2. And in fact, we see a fun upside of the curse ring. I'm guessing he's probably also wearing a Dragoon Gauntlet. Dark Elf's spells are curing Sid right now.
Yep, just as a heads up, you can't have the curse ring and the Dragoon Gauntlet. But yeah, the hat there, yeah. It's all
a different Dragon piece, yep. I know I've had to resort sometimes to taking on Rubikit with a cursed ring and a Dragoon hat and just letting him clear everyone else to death.
Yep. Don't remember how much HP he has in this spot, but we have to get through quite a chunk of it before he does his change and we stop getting that time-wasting animation of that triple spell casts.
Yeah, that thing takes so long. Let's just say, dude, we haven't seen any hourglasses or anything, and then we had silk webs. The silk web could help with this part a lot too.
Alright, there we go. So yeah, now he's available to be slowed, stopped, weaked. I don't think he can be coffined here. I think he still has that immunity to instant death.
Yeah, no instant death, but just about anything else you want to do to him, he's up for it. Alright, I'm gonna virus him.
Yep.
That's fine.
And also seeing that, again, Edge berserked up and doing 2400 to swing.
Meanwhile, Dubward taking on Golbez, using the same tactics here. Has a Rydia as an anchor, but otherwise pretty similar. Gets his entire party venomed just in time. Well done.
Yeah, and also getting that Rydia down just to make sure that his anchor is preserved.
Yeah, you could hope that the 3 and 5 happens and Shadow eats her, but he won't. He'll leave 30 HP summoner alive. And Saradin has finished off the Dark Elf. Really nice. Now he does not have to come back here at all, and let's see what he gets for his troubles. A Masamune. More Hanzo steel. This is a surprisingly well-equipped Edge for a seed with Edge in it, is what I will say.
Yep, and with both the Murasame and the Masamune, I believe one reduces speed, and then the other one raises it, so it kind of neutralizes that out. So that's, again, kind of helping get that Edge, kill things quick.
That's true. And just going to make him hit even harder, which is exactly what you want out of your Edge. Saradin now leaving the Fey March, saying, alright, I'm done here forever. Doesn't have a ton more checks to go to, though. I believe we're going to go set up the Sheila 1 check. And then Saradin probably needs to go back up top and find that pan.
Yeah, at this point, again, we have the pass, so the Darkness Crystal isn't necessarily required, but it would still be gating a lot of bosses, give him a lot of checks that he can go do. But I do think he's going to go ahead and try and find as many key items as he can so he can finish up that grind.
Yep, it is still feasible that we don't have, that we could fade the moon entirely, but it's looking less likely by the minute. You know, we do still have 2 boss spots in Zot that we haven't checked. We know that D-Mist is in the Odin Throne. It's possible Saradin could go up there and take that on now. If you can take on the Fey March bosses, you can probably take on the Odin Throne. And then it's just hunting down, you know, a couple of these others wherever they're hiding at. They could still be at Zot, they could be at the music check, they could be at the package check. You could still have a Haunted Moon, you never know. Yeah,
Fried Potato kind of mentioning in chat there, it's... if if darkness is on Sheila 1, again, Saradin might never get that pan. Again, it might fade that until, okay, later. I can always do that later. It's a quick, easy check now. I don't have to worry about it.
Looks like with access to Cure 4 and Blink, it looks like Saradin parked out here outside Baron is walking the wrong side of. Oh, Saradin hasn't checked Baron yet, has he? So Saradin just going to go clear Baron right now. He doesn't know about the Mist Dragon waiting for him in the basement.
Okay, so that'll be fun. Again, I guess he didn't want to take care of getting sun levels, doing the underground before taking this on. The Baron Castle can be scary, and he knows that Knaza was in that slot 1. So again, you're like, okay, I don't really have to do this, but now I think he's on the search for key items, see what's gating the rest of his seed here.
Yeah, now he's absolutely going to blast through this first part, through this and through the Ogopogo, going to get his pass for his troubles, which is not too bad. But if he goes down and peeks that D-Mist afterwards, he will almost definitely take it on at this level.
Probably I'll hop out and do a safety save, but then, yeah, I can imagine that'll be his next move. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I can't imagine he feels behind enough to go do it first. That seems... That would be reckless. Meanwhile, Dubward, diving down into the Sylph Cave, you're already armed with the pan from the overworld, going to be able to wake Young up in one go, and then go up and do both of the Sheila checks at one time. Have to imagine he'll prioritize those over anything else once he gets back into the overworld, because, hey, free key items, potentially.
Yeah, just occurred to me as well that Dubward's also faded that Fabool. I don't think he's checked that yet. Again, doesn't have either the rat tail or the turned in rat tail, which gave us the pink tail. So also kind of low on key items, and only gets a wizard shirt for bonking Young.
Yep, not great so far, but Dubward going to be able to save a lot of time by just doing everything required of Fabool all at once. Sometimes this pays off, and sometimes if I'm playing the seed, you miss your underground access.
Yeah, it never bites you until it does. But no, that'll definitely be a good time save for Dubward, being able to, again, just wrap it all up in a bow and calling it good. Looks like he's swapping back over to the Enterprise now, so he doesn't get any parking tickets there at Troya.
Smart. Just leave that thing out where Troyan authorities can't give you a ticket. Good thinking. Picking up his hovercraft, moving it ahead of time. Even if he doesn't know this is the tail, he knows this is where he'll need it. Again, just smart heads-up play from both these runners on both sides. But Dubward especially doing a lot of forward thinking today, really demonstrating why these two have made it this far, even in the Waning bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we get Saradin and knocking out that Ogopogo, just a couple of quick bits of damage there, and that's through. So let's see if he does a safety save and checks the basement or not there, while Dubward gives us a peek at that Mylon Z again.
Yep, I saw a big wave come out, and then I looked over again, and everyone's health was full. The benefits of Saradin finally getting that Rosa some XP as opposed to her. Both runners having trouble keeping her up early on. Here's the wrong Mylon. Dubward probably briefly excited.
Yeah, it would be nice if you could pay it out as again, wrapping the key items all together with that one check and Fabool. It'd be great if this was an objective, but sadly not today.
Just the full value package, but nope, just a Mylon Z. But hey, at least you know where he is. Rosa doing a little cheer for us here. Thanks, Rosa. Saradin picking up his pass, probably through that safety save, and dive back in to see the basement throne here. Yep, here we go. And Dubward, no doubt, will get his rat tail here from the king, and then headed up to see what goodies Sheila has in store for us today. And we'll get an Earth Crystal. Earth Crystal would be nice, or maybe a Harp. Wouldn't argue if she had both, honestly. Sheila 1 rewards us with the Darkness Crystal. Sheila 2 rewards us with the Sad Ruby.
Yeah, again with the See No Earn, that Sad Ruby, all it can do is help wake up a pig, make a pig a little happy there, but otherwise not of any use.
It's a very obscure way to get a free heal if you need to. Yeah, so the chat pointing out Saradin will eventually not be punished for fading ordeals.
Yep, and with that rat tail turn in, I believe that's going to be 10 key items for Dubward.
Let's see, he's already got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, the rat tail will yield the pink tail and put him on 10.
So I don't believe Dubward did a whole bunch of eggs either. I believe he stopped and then again went to go do some more checks. So hopefully he'll be able to finish up the rest of his grind now.
That is correct. He did just a few and then hopped down to fight a boss. So Saradin jumping right in to take on this D-Mist. Nice. Well, put a blink or two up. That Palom was in sad shape there. Or not.
Or you could
just win the fight. That's fine.
Yeah, that's one way to prevent necessary healing.
It's true. Defeating your opponent is the ultimate heal. Just a white shirt, but also another objective. Saradin now sitting on 5 objectives complete, one ahead.
Yep.
Dubward does know that another one is there for him, but had to spend a little extra time making the check, whereas Saradin was able to just jump straight in, even without the knowledge, and take it on immediately.
Yep, so he still doesn't have that darkness. He hasn't gone to Sheila 1 to turn that in yet. But as soon as he does, that's 5 out of 7, so it's, he might try to go into the moon, and again, doing some face checking there. Again, he's not at that 10 key item list that Dubward is, so he might do some more grind. I know gold dragons aren't too bad, especially if you find hourglasses in the moon shop. I don't think we've seen those yet either.
I'm just hoping he remembers that he hasn't checked Sheila 1 yet. I've seen it slip runners' minds before. It looks like Saradin instead going to go back and finish up Mount Ordeals. Not going to be happy to see this pan, and if he does follow it, it is not a good use of his time. But I guess he just wants to make sure that there's not a boss hiding behind that valve, and I mean, that's not a bad thing to do, but might reset out of this if he still has to save outside.
Well, if he does follow it through, he will get the 10 key items he needs, though. So, again, he might be happy to see that, because that's a lot of key item checks fairly quickly, and they all pay out.
That's true. And over on this side, Dubward pulling up his big whale here in Mysidia and immediately going to the Giant of Babel.
So I like this play. Again, he's 4 of 7, so he knows that bosses are not likely to all be on the moon. So this may also be possible for a grind, but without a source of weak, I think it's just a boss check or two.
Yeah, but that's true, but with his 10 key items, the XP from these boss spots, especially the element spot, is massive. If this doesn't finish his grind, this will be a big chunk of it for Dubward.
Especially if you can find like the Dark Imps.
Yeah, if you can find the Dark Imps here, this would be fantastic. What you don't want to find is something that has multiple phases necessarily, or something with split XP like Calbrina.
Or some Blarg.
Yeah, you don't necessarily want to find a Blarg here. That could get nasty.
Yeah, 65,000 health of Blarg is not fun.
Maybe Mom Bomb will be here with an equally large inflated health pool. Yeah, Elements is a spot where some bosses are fantastic and some bosses are Odin.
Odin can be struck by lightning, as the status effect shows on screen there, to kind of one-shot-ish.
Yep, evidently Dubward decides discretion is the better part of valor. Does not fight the Odin. In fact, resets out of the giant entirely to go fight the D-Mist. And yes, as John Burkett points out in chat, the Zantetsuken there at the element spot from Odin does practically nothing. You're really dealing with the fact that he's going to wail on you for a while. I think if Dubward wanted to, he could probably take on that just fine, and probably even get the Thunderstruck instant kill pretty easily.
Yeah, I agree, especially with those key items. He might be wanting to, you know what, that's just a lot of health. Maybe later.
That's true. So now moving on to fight the D-Mist, making sure the Palom in the front row, but he does have the glass hat on. That'll help quite a bit. Moving Edward to the back to keep his squishy barred body safe from dragon attacks. Saradin has gone through Val so fast that we could barely blink, as well as the Karate Man got his pan. And I'll be curious to see what he does now. If he goes to set up that Probably goes to set up the Sheila 2 check, but oof.
Yeah,
At least
seeing
he's
the
not-
pan
at
there.
least-
Yeah.
At least he won't fade Sheila entirely, so he will find his Darkness Crystal sooner rather than later.
Yeah, that Val fight, again, complete 180 from last time he was here. So, again, I think he knew that he could just breeze through it. It's like, okay, I need something that unlocks more bosses. I've already done Baron. I've already done most of the Underground. I need something to go somewhere. And he hasn't done the Top of Tower, which could be a key item, but he knows that it's an antline and not required.
Yeah, I feel like Top of Tower is probably the desperation move, where maybe you're hoping to, spike like a Luca key that has your 7th boss in Luca Cave, and that's the only thing you go down there for. Doesn't feel good on this, especially since you know it's not a boss, so you're just flailing for key items at that point.
Right. Hoping it's like an Earth Crystal or again, something gating some of the other bosses. I have seen Tower Key at Top of Tower multiple times, so it could be something unlocking just an immediate secondary check plus another key item. So
It's true, it does belong there. It would probably be Tower Key into Magma Key, just because. And then we could get Underground. Alright, Dubward taking on D-Mist, opting for a more traditional looking strategy where everyone's getting blinked up, and before we can even blink up our 4th party member, he is down.
yeah, should be getting that one. Sure. Wonder where he's going to go next.
I'll be curious to see if he goes back to take on the bosses on the Giant, or if he's going to head straight to the moon and do some checks there. Like I said, I'm fairly confident he can get to that Odin, but I couldn't blame him if he wanted to go do anything else on the moon.
Yeah, I wonder if he's also going to start doing his grind right now, or again, just face checking, hoping to find a free boss in a good experience spot and counting that as a big chunk of the grind.
Yeah, that could be an argument also for going to the moon, maybe going bottom up. The XP, especially down in the ribbon room, is really nice here on 10 key items. Depending on what's down there, could be a tough but not super tough fight, especially for the levels he's at. So could do a moon boss grind.
Very true. And also considering he has to pass, doing a moon dip now, yes, you're looking for 2 more key bosses. 3 more, but 2 more are required. Even if he doesn't find anything, he'll know that the moon is clear, except for maybe key items, and then he can just come back, do his grind, finish up whatever, go behind the Giant, search for key items, whatever he may do at that point.
That's true. Our runners neck and neck here. Oh, this is exciting. Saradin's going to give us a package check. Saradin getting that last one thing done on Earth before he moves onward.
There is, as Fried Potatoes mentioned, there's one is also a boss check. Again, it's open since the beginning of the game. You do not have to have the Earth Crystal for it. Almost everybody routes it in with the Earth Crystal, so they count it as gated behind it, but it is available to check.
I usually mostly think of it on flag sets where D-Mist gates a key item, because D-Mist likes to hide there and gate a key item in a spot that no one ever thinks of. And a Chocobo burns down Mysidia, followed by a pig getting mad enough to blame us for it.
Yep, and Dubward giving us a peek at the cave valley and seeing a sparkle.
Oh, we don't need one of those. At this point, it has to be a Plague or Wyvern. One of those would be obnoxious, and
could be D-Lunars as well.
Oh, are they still floating around too? Okay, fair.
I don't remember if they have or not. I'm just trying to think here. Looking through my notes.
I believe you are correct. Barb, D-Lunars, and Plague still free, so Dubward heading down into the moon.
Yeah, and Eskarn confirming that there. Yeah, keeping a track on the bosses here for us.
That's why we love our behind the scenes folks. They do the hard work while we just sit up here and talk.
And Saradin getting they get that long cutscene for this package check. It's about to see if it pays off or not.
All right, that pig's ears just turned yellow, and here's the officer and guards fight. No, the wrong guards too.
Did I miss it? I'm not sure if Dubward did the Mura spot over here.
I don't think so. I believe Dubward is just probably diving to the bottom.
Again, might be doing that bottom up, as you mentioned earlier. Again, the experience is a little bit better down there at the ribbon room.
Yeah, plus if you can find his two bosses on, say, the ribbon room and crystal sword, or the ribbon room and muscle altar, or ribbon room and white spear, for example, then he's already right here where he's ready to head down to fight Zemus.
Yep, and it looks like he's also skipping that crystal sword altar. Again, just going straight to the bottom. Just gonna save here and see what he finds.
I hope for his sake he finds what he needs done here, because, as you pointed out a long time ago, he has no source of exit because we've never seen the Earth Crystal to do Zot. So the best we have is warp.
And warping from the lunar subterranean never feels good.
Oh, it's just so slow. It's worse than warping out of Luca Cave. Here we go. Get our first get a moon boss peek check here. We got in the ribbon room. It's Leviathan. We don't need it, but it's a lot of XP and potentially 2 key items, so I guess he's still going to take it on.
I don't think the Ice 2s here hit particularly hard, but that wave also is just percentage based, so again, not a super big concern, especially when you got White Mage Rose online.
Yeah, and we've got a Berserk Edward hitting for 3k. We've got that Palom has access to his tier 3 spells. Lit 3 is just going to blast. So I believe Dubward is definitely equipped to take this on and get the XP from it too.
Yeah, and speaking of XP, it looks like we got Saradin, 10 key items, finishing up Siren Egg Grind.
Yep, hoping to get some more XP here for him. The Yellow Dragon's being kind enough to refund him a Siren on that one. How nice.
Yep, so this should be him getting up to, again, power overwhelming. He's already got that Curse Ring and Dwarf Axe for the Cid, so his anchor situation is set. I think he's just going to get this going and then just start face checking.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see if he goes to the moon or if he goes to the giant straight ahead as well. If he does take on the giant, and that's a second boss hiding behind the Odin, then that could be an interesting advantage for him, although it just depends on how fast Dubward can get through these moon spots. Yeah, there's nice too, hitting for not very much.
Yeah, and with those 2 Berserkers for Dubward, he's, again, cranking out that damage, and that White Mage Rosa keeping them all topped off.
Yeah, this is really nice for Dubward here, because we're kind of getting a preview of what he plans to do in Zemus. He just needs some more XP. There's 4 levels on practically everybody. Getting close to Nuke on the kid. Got life 2 on Rosa.
Yeah, I think he's just a couple of levels away, like 4 or 5 levels for everybody to get up to Z levels. Ooh. And was that a Stardust Rod and an apple?
It's a Stardust Rod and a Gold Apple. Normally not happy to see the Gold Apple, but he hasn't gotten the Stardust Rod yet, and also Edward is on his team. I would be feeding him an apple right away.
Absolutely, yeah. And of note, he also doesn't need the key items for the extra experience gain. He only needs the key items for gated boss checks. That's the only thing he needs them for right now.
Yep, practically everything he can get except the Adamant Rock gates a boss, I think. Oh, and the Magma Key, of course, which gates standard. Here's the Dark Imps.
Yes, it's objective number 6 for Dubward.
That's exciting. Now he is potentially 1 altar check away from taking out his, getting all his objectives up here on the moon and being ready to go to Z.
It looks like he was trolling through his inventory. Do I have any coffins or hourglasses? Not finding either, so he's going to try the stone strat from Palom.
Ooh, very tricky and off-center stone, so Palom does not have the accuracy bonus from being in the center, but also Palom isn't Tella. So
and Dubward is not Possum. Possum, as we know, has some issues with the stone spell.
Yeah, Dubward having the RNG of a normal person. And knocking out objective 6 and getting the Twin Harp. Alright, Saradin finally launching his big whale as Dubward goes back and saves. Cures up the kid, the only one who really takes significant damage there. And probably really hoping for this boss to be down at the next altar. So
Yep.
chat now really cheering for Dubward to chase the harp.
And may very well do the package and harp checks are one-off boss checks that if this falls flat here, he may try that. Again, probably also check the crystal sword and the altar upstairs, but never know.
Yeah, if it works out to be a harp or Zot 1, that'd be fantastic for our runners who both have a pass at this point. If they have to finish their final boss out there and then just come right back down and use the Pastor and Troya to get his Ramos, that's not too bad.
Looks like Saradin's taken on the giant.
Dubward finds our last elemental archfiend that we don't need in the form of the elements.
Yeah, we do get that phase change in the leg. Let's see if he is able to do enough damage to kind of skip through the Val and Kane sprites, or if we end up getting that refill.
No, we're gonna get a guy not so, and the kid's gonna land a spell here eventually, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that's that's actually well timed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's good enough. Again, he's elements are weak to Ice 3 in both the Rubicon and this spot here in Kanazo. Not just weak to the lightning while the wave is up, but in this form you can't take the wave down.
Yep, already on the Valvalis phase, and she does not have her usual defense here, so this will be easy for Dubward here. Saradin running up through the giant, going to run into that Odin soon, and it'll be interesting to see if he decides to take it on or not. We got Palom on a week, I believe, on Dubward's side, so he is painfully close to that nuke and gets his adamant rock.
Yep. And I kind of doubt we're going to see the Forge, but that bottom shop would probably be worth looking at, if nothing else, for Coco's shop. See if there's maybe, again, some more apples, possibly, for that Edward.
Yeah, maybe something. And you never know. I mean, you could get a Flare Axe for your Sid to still do some damage, but, probably not.
Yep, we see Saradin resetting. He looked at that Odin for a second or two. He can let the combat start, but he ends up resetting out of that. It says, no thank you for now.
Nope, nobody wants to take on Odin. All right. Or Odin. Saradin going to go clear the moon out anyway. And Dubward now moving on to the Crystal Sword altar. Yeah, this is one of, I believe, 2 spots he hasn't checked in here yet.
Yep, he's got this one and then the altar right at the top.
Yep, and then he'll have cleared the moon out, and he'll know whether he needs to go chase this harp or this this forge. Okay, that was a joke. This harp or this Zot 1. Just Calbrina. Looks like we are considering taking. Yep, we're going to take on the Calbrina anyway for a little bit more XP.
Yep.
3 of them have the boss bit, so this mute won't work, but 3 of them do, and unfortunately, those are the ones that will turn them into Calbrina. So they can yell turned into Calbrina all they want, but not going to do them any good.
Yep, and I don't think this spot is particularly punchy, as we see Rosa just taking a couple hits, max 250 there. Oh, yeah. I spoke too soon.
The stats in this spot fairly all around, just because this is where Wyvern usually is.
Yep, there's a Quake coming out.
And
finishes them all off. Wow, impressive. Stardust Rod putting in work.
There we go. And what do we get here? Just some samurai arrows. Oof.
Yeah, that not really a feel-good spot there.
Nope, that is indicating. Yep, Dubward checking for exit and realizing he doesn't have it. I'm gonna walk out of the limb or something. So
at least he's on his way up, so I should stop by that last altar before completely exiting.
There we go. Dubward remembering warp.
Yeah, and John Brick had mentioning as well, more split experience on those dolls as well, because again, there's a second form that we didn't see. We don't get all the experience possible from that slot. Oh, looks like we got Plague at the Murasame altar.
Okay, so Dubward will probably check that on his way up, and probably won't reset out of it, doesn't have to save, and he's just clearing the moon so far for XP, so final boss is not on the moon, yeah. We're looking at somewhere on Zot, or possibly in the Luca Cave, or in the giant behind Odin.
Yep. So Saradin's probably going to find his Dark Imps here. Also doesn't have that exit, so he's doing the top down. He's going to get to the bottom and be kind of disappointed and have to walk all the way back out.
Yeah, I'm hoping he chases the harp here and gets value for it. That would be a nice payoff. Plus, then that deposits him right outside Troya, ready to use the pass.
Yep. And that pass is kind of what makes this less distasteful. It's like, okay, I didn't find what I need down here, but I don't have to come back down at all unless Saradin doesn't kill any of the bosses and he misses that twin harp.
Yep. So the lack of exit here kind of a pain, but the fact that you don't have to come back to this giant maze anymore is A+.
The only but that I would add to that not having to come back down is the one boss that he will want to kill does gate that twin harp. And that's the only one that really has anything that he would want to chase, because the only other key item down here was the admin.
Very true. There were a lot of zonks all around. It is possible Saradin... it's possible but unlikely that Saradin just takes on this one objective and then heads back out, resetting out of the others. I guess, well, since Saradin actually did his grind, it is possible he doesn't stick around for most of these fights.
Yeah, it looks like we do have Dubward taken on this fight, either hoping for that Earth Crystal, Tower Key, or Luca Key, just for those extra boss checks, since he knows this is the last boss on the moon. And possibly also looking just for that little bit of extra experience. We know Edward needs all he can. Even a nerfed Big Bang can still roll for, I believe, 1200 if it max rolls.
Yeah, Edward needs some health, and I believe Palom is maybe 1 or 2 spells away from Nuke still.
Yeah, I believe he has Weak, but missing Meteor and then Nuke.
Yeah, this is the kind of seed where I really would have liked to have seen some exits in a store early. That would have been fantastic.
Do these runners check the Nessingway shop?
I don't believe anybody did.
Because that would be a kind of a feel bad there if you're doing some shopping afterwards, again trying to take on that Odin spot and try to see what some of the options are, and seeing that at a shop available after the fact.
Yep, probably so, but I don't imagine they'll go back for it. There's Palom learning Meteo, and Rosa learning White. And the Luca Key.
Ooh, that's a... Again, you've got a couple items now. You're all done on the moon. Let's go back and chase some of those.
See, that's interesting, because that is, it's no longer gating a key item, but it is potentially still gating a boss.
Yeah, it's the only boss that Dubward has not fought up here is that Sparkle in Cave Value. So that could be gating another one of the boss key items.
I have to imagine at this point he's got enough things leading back to Earth that maybe he just fades Cave Bahamut in hopes that doesn't come back to bite him in the rear.
And if so, it's not like you're diving this lunar subterranean again. It is just cave value. So
that's
again,
true.
I agree that he's got enough to do back on the blue planet. Let's go and be done.
Apparently he agrees. Here he goes. Meanwhile, Saradin reaches the boss altar, finds his elements underneath. There they are. Resets right back out.
Okay, so now Saradin, what are you looking to do? If you were in his shoes, would you be going back to the blue planet now, chasing that harp? Because I believe he's already checked the package, even.
He has checked the package. I believe he's checking these other... I believe he has not checked these other altars. I would probably go ahead and do that, but as we've noted, he's already grinded, so he's going to make up some time here over Dubward because he's not stopped to fight anything that's not objective. He did get his twin heart, since it came from the only thing that was also an objective. Yeah. So yeah, I think I'd be doing exactly what Saradin is doing. I'm going to go to each boss altar. I'm going to check it. I'm going to reset right back out. This actually is his last one. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, Crystal Swords is his last one.
Yep, Dubward going down to the Lucky dolls. Yep, gonna see dolls. Gonna immediately reset back out. Oh, just going to kill them. Fair enough.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Wake up Stardust.
Yeah, he's fine. Dubward diving Luca here. Gonna see what the boss down here at the bottom is. It's not a bad check. Ooh, dives the rope of shame.
We've all done that.
Oh, I hate the Ripasham. Gotta hold a diagonal away from it as you enter that room. Saradin not gonna walk those samurai arrows out though. No, that's enough of that. Resets back out to after he got the. Didn't check the ribbon room yet. Interesting.
I believe he peaked it, but reset. I think he's going for the key items.
Fair enough. That's probably the only thing worth it at this point.
Yeah, as Xenocat is mentioning here, sealed objectively correct. Again, it's a gated spot. It's about the same time as the harp. But we also know that, again, this is just a boss spot. You can reset out of it and not have to worry too much.
And while he's down here, he can chase Forge. Which is obviously a great idea.
Yeah, see what the Super Spit has in store. But it also could be a little bit spicy here if Dubward finds a boss that is required, and he does not. Okay. But if he did, again, Saradin did not take that plague that had the Luca key, so that might be more time saved for Saradin if he doesn't chase that.
Yeah, Saradin kind of accidentally fading everything that has no value today.
Dubward faded ordeals forever.
Dubward hoping maybe he can get another dragon or two and get the kid to nuke, I guess. Oh, still has 10 sirens. Easy peasy.
Yeah, he just did the boss grind. Again, he's up to medio on the kid, so I think he only needs 1 or 2 more eggs. Might do more to get more health on Edward, just to get him over that 1200 threshold, but I believe he still has the gold apples.
Yeah, you can give to Edward some apples, and there's Palom getting nuke after 1 dragon. Hops right back on his head.
And on his way.
Very efficient grinding out of both runners today, but especially Dubward getting just exactly what he needed.
Uh-oh, we're getting Saradin going back down. He's hunting for key items.
Ooh, Dubward doing the package check. Did not see this one coming.
Yep, gonna be kind of sad seeing that officer and guards fight in the Kaipo Inn.
Yeah,
but at least we get to see cute chocobos.
Yep, right before they burn down a village. These must be those red chocobos, the ones that cast Meteor.
Yep, sure enough. Yep, I'm agreeing with Escron here. I believe after this package check, I think Dubward's going to be going for the harp. He's already checked Luca. He'll have now checked package. This is the only spot he has left other than top of tower.
Yep, at this point, you're looking at top of tower or the cave Bahamut, hiding the earth crystal. Yep.
Also, Zot 1 is being mentioned in chat there by Fried Potato.
Oh, Fried Potato, don't jinx us. We don't want Zot. If we peek Zot 1 before Harp and he gets it, it's 7. We want music. We definitely want music. Our talented composers have put in so much work putting on all this music. We definitely deserve to hear just a little of it while we fight that 7th boss.
Yeah, we see Palom going down in the elements fight here for Saradin. Not sure if it's going to really matter too much. I'm guessing they're probably going to reset when they see that that's just going to be an adamant, but they might keep it and hoping that the forge shop has something. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Don't know if it'll. It's probably not worth the time right now because he would also have to raise the kid up to start warping. That's just extra menuing. Is keeping the adamant. Maybe going to forge.
Yep. Checked his menu there, and so I'm not sure what he was looking for. Like, probably just that sigh, and just like, dang, no exit.
That feel with no exit. But he's going to warp now. Dubward is reset back on the package check after seeing the wrong guards. And he's flying over to Toroya here. I think we're going to get music.
Yeah, music would be the quicker the two, in my opinion, knowing that the top is gated by that earth crystal.
Yeah, if you commit to Zot 1 at this point, you're going up Zot to fight a boss, and then whether it pays off or not, you're going back down Zot. No easy way out, unfortunately. But the harp check is easy.
Yeah, so it also could be our Mom Bomb Mylon, also could be our key item, our Earth Crystal, or Tower Key. what would you be hoping to find as just a viewer here at this point? Is there any particularly nasty combo you want to extend the race here, or do you just want to see this be their objective and let them go?
I would be hoping for at this point is I want to find one of those bosses, or one of our 2 remaining bosses, in the tower room. Put the tower key up the top of the tower behind that antline no one wants to bother fighting, and then let's put Mom at CPU just for fun.
That would be something. And then there'd just be like the tower key up at the top of tower. It's just that one check. Like, I don't want to do it until there's nothing else.
No, because all you're doing is fighting an antline and hoping that you get progress.
Hope that Virus not quite doing enough to his team to kind of speed this cutscene along here for the music.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like we're actually gonna have to see Dark Elf cast some spells. Maybe, Paladin's up to his 3rd virus.
It must have that battle speed cranked way up, but I'm surprised. Yeah, we missed the dialogue.
There we go.
Instead. But I believe we're coming up to music here, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of mute myself as we go ahead and listen to some of the great tunes from GJ Spoony Bard.
There we go. Mysterious Cave from Lunar, Silver Star Story. Unfortunately, just a Dark Knight Cecil. And Saradin giving us a spicy Zot 1 check. Unfortunately, just Bacon. Bacon? Not paying off, whatever he is.
Yeah, that's that could have paid off big for Saradin, but now he's following along doing that twin harp. So you get that Earth Crystal Blanco, as you said, right back up. But I noticed one problem. Saradin brought the Falcon over.
Oh, Saradin's going to get himself a Torium parking ticket.
Yep, so just a little bit of an extra bit of a walk there to kind of punish him a little bit for that. So
too many airships, not enough space. One of the Torians just going to clear cut this beautiful forest so we can land all our airships in it. Okay, Dubward is saving, and I have to imagine right up to Zot very soon. Hoping that Zot 2 is the value we're looking for.
Yeah, and we're rating that nuke on the kid. Again, just double checking for us that, again, they are at top tier spells, and they're just going to probably blow through this. You can get that nuke off before Biden gets that wall up, and that'll be quick and easy. Probably just going to quake and kill everything all at once anyway.
Probably. So I guess the rudest outcome would be if this is somehow still not value, but it drops the tower key. But it's highly possible this is our boss, and then Dubward gets to head back via either the extra bridge or the chocobo to get back to Troya and take the past door as well. So we're close here, but it is time for a reprise of music, so we'll let y'all enjoy that again. Nuke making quick work of Dark Knight Cecil there. Saradin picking up his Earth Crystal. Our runners practically on each other's heels right now. Dubward is handing over the Earth Crystal. We get to see the Luge colored pineapple pig. And now we get to see now these pigs are completely black. The void pig is terrifying. All right. That, unfortunately, I believe means this is no value according to chat. Oh no, the CPU. Yep, this is not the boss we're looking for. But this could hold the key item to the boss we're looking for. At this point, we're just kind of hoping. This is probably the closest I've seen to getting a 17 out of 17 in this flag set so far. Alright, Saradin taking his trip up Zot. Saradin about to get the bad news himself that this is not value. And then over on Dubward's side, going to cross fingers that this is the key item that he needs. There can't be that many more.
No, there can't. That's... Yep. Again, we got the exit spell, but now we don't even have any more checks that can utilize that bonus that we're just getting here. Let's see what we get.
Oof, and we got the Crystal Sword.
Not even dartable. Wow. Full zonk.
Yep, so I believe that puts our tower key at top of tower. Vanilla tower key? Could be. Oh yeah, it could still be at K value, so I go to the Giant, I think.
Yeah, I would check Giant as well. Again, we know it's an Odin. We know we can handle it easily at these levels. Just to see that second spot. Yeah,
and it's got to be something. Whereas you know you can get to the Giant 2 boss just by going through the Giant 1 boss, as opposed to the 50-50 between going all the way up the tower or up to Cave Bahamut. And if you pick wrong, then that feels real bad, and that's a definite.
Right. Because as you mentioned, this is a no eyes spot. We have not seen this yet. The other spots we have seen, and it's not a guarantee. So it's.
Yeah,
looking good for us.
Chad asking if we have wine. I believe both teams have a little bit of wine. Some people have been using some of them, but more importantly, Zantetsuken here in the element spot won't do much of anything, and we have Palom to get the Thunderstruck after the third Zantetsuken.
Yep. And again, that Zantetsuken shouldn't really hit very hard either. So, as you mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, just keep your mages up and then instant kill him. You honestly don't even have to worry about eating through his HP, or if you don't want to. You probably could get close, but I don't even know that I would worry about it on this difficulty.
Yep. I'm trying to remember, who did we see at the Sealed Cave again? I know we saw it and then reset right out of it.
Sealed Cave was a Sparkle, which at this point is either Blarg or D Lunars, because everyone else has been spotted. And I don't believe anybody fought it. Both of our runners saw it and right back out of it. Here we go. We're just going to berserk this Edward and Edge and see if we can eat through this HP before we get done here. Hopefully someone remembers to knock radio over. You don't want her getting XP for this fight. Oh, thanks, Odin.
Yeah, I always input the command to kill my anchor before a boss does it for me, and that always gets me in trouble.
Yeah,
just cast Virus on Rosa, for instance. It happens to me all the time.
Yep, Odin being a real pal here. Dubward opting to just slow down Odin and just going to try to nuke and burn him down with the Berserkers before we even have to worry about Thunderstruck strats. Saradin, Mirrorship Bonk. And then Saradin is opting for top of tower. He's going to hope that this is the vanilla tower key into the tower into value. This is a spicy play. If this pays off for him, this could be very, very good.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually many other spots for key items. I do believe this has to be either the magma key or the tower key.
Yep. I think. Chat, get me if I'm wrong. I think this has to be one of them, and then
No, I think this has
spots.
to be tower key and then super cannon to magma.
Tower key could be in Cave Bahamut though.
Oh, Cave Bahamut. Thank you.
Yeah, we have 2 key items and 3 spots, so we'll rule something out here. Now, Cave Bahamut Tower key into magma would just be the rudest. Cubs don't wish that evil on people.
But we do have Odin down here on Dubward set, so we're gonna get a spy at that CPU 2 spot. I believe I saw this in chat as well. I think this has to be one of the last 2 bosses we haven't seen, and there's only 2 more objectives, so it almost has to be Mom Bomb or Mylon.
Yep. It's just going to be a matter of which one is it. Alright, Saradin fighting the Sandline, not on the moon, but as close to the moon as I guess he could get by standing on top of the tower. Not going to be a threat as we just nuke him down, and really crossing our fingers here for Saradin to have some value.
Welcome Mom Bomb in the CPU slot.
There we go, so that I think means our tower is holding Mylon and friends.
Hopefully, again, if we can keep this close, if Saradin kills his antline and gets that tower key, that's going to be a super quick clear.
Yeah, so the question here really is, did Saradin pick the right flip of the coin? Basically, he had a 50-50 to find the tower key. Is this it? It is! Saradin has found the tower key. The tower key has to contain Mylon Z. We have a race, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's... I know we don't like to use the tie word. I kind of like bow ties myself, but race ties not so much.
Ooh, yeah, don't use the T word. You'll have them in here with the newspapers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Gotta cancel my subscription.
Oh, this is so close. Yeah, so Dubward just has to fly over. Dubward still has a slight advantage because he is through. He has his crystal. He has to fly over to Toroya. As you noted, he does have the wrong airship parked next to Toroya, so he's going to have to either take a chocobo over, or he's going to have to walk over with the extra bridge that was added in Free Enterprise to stop this exact situation from happening. Whereas Saradin now has to walk the rest of the way down the tower, get the airship cutscene, but then he can go straight to Toroya. Because I believe he took the Enterprise to get down here and did not leave an airship in the wrong place. So we are going to have dueling Z fights at this point.
Yeah, I think Dubward may, again, have that edge on getting into that fight first. Oh, looks like he moved the Falcon to go grab the Lunar Whale. I forgot about that.
We're going to land the Whale on Toroya and just give the east side of town some shade. But I guess that means Dubward is about to run straight into this Zemus fight. And I don't see a single Z flag in chat. I am a little disappointed. Moving around his spells, moving around his objectives, getting everything for... come on, Oscar, we are almost there. Moving everything around for just max preparation and minimum menuing. And yep, there we are. There's the Z flags. So we can't move Zeromus around to random spots because can you just imagine being surprised by Zeromus, his enormous health pool, his fancy script, and his big bangs anywhere in the game? No. So we leave him where he is. And instead, we dress him up in somewhere between 550 to 600 different ways, which has spawned a little question in this community. When we get to this part of the seed, Chuck, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. Again, a lot of the different sprites have a lot of different looks, so whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
I guess we're going to find out very soon, and we're going to see it back-to-back. Saradin is zooming over to Toroya as well. Oh, no, there's an airship there. Saradin, no.
Yep, a little bit of the walk of shame, but again, not going to be much more than 30 seconds behind Dubward here. So, yeah, it's going to be super close.
Yeah,
so we got 147 entering the fight.
Yep, luckily we had that extra bridge there added again by the developers of Free Enterprise so that you can just run back instead of needing to go find a Chocobo Forest to fly over.
Yep, I do believe they added a black Chocobo to the Barren Chocobo Forest just for that as well.
Yep, that's Swag Chocobo. Alrighty. We are getting set up here. Crystal is queued up because I believe I see Starbales and Bacchus is getting lined up as well.
Yeah, the Anchor Rydia, probably the only use that she'll probably get this seed, sadly.
Alright, what do we got? Alright, not one I'm familiar with, I really did.
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't think I've seen this one before. Hopefully Chad will be able to help us out, tell us where this one's from. Kind of, again, not quite villain-esque looking, but menacing.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it thinking maybe some kind of Kingdom's Heartsease or something anime, and I don't know. Maybe Scala Kitty's lurking in the chat and can tell us later. There we go. Nova from the Gunvolt series. Thank you, Scala. Never know if she's lurking around here somewhere waiting to tell us who these sprites are.
Yeah. But again, kind of about a minute between them getting into the fight here. Let's see. Again, Eddie's kind of squished, but Eddie's also... again, he's over that HP threshold that's needed for the nerfed Big Bang. He should be able to survive that. But on Saradin's side, we've also got a Sid with 5k health, probably going to be playing Chemist here for us, with probably some mixed strats on Saradin as to where it looks like more mage strats here on Dubward. Yep,
it looks like I was going to say both of them have 2 Berserkers and I'm guessing 2 casters. I know Saradin's rose us up to white. I'm assuming Dubward's is as well.
Their HP totals are similar, so I would have to say so as well. I think so.
Yeah, Saradin's party is so beefy. This is astonishing. Of course, he does Sid bringing up the average and Edward not bringing the average down, so...
Yeah, that's the difference in the anchors there. Is one's 30 health and not able to contribute. The other is almost 5k health and able to at least be a chemist. And again, probably take 2 unnerfed Big Bangs and still be fine.
Possibly close to 3. Sid is a neat miracle. So here come the nukes. Here come the whites. Lots of our melee characters swinging here on the Saradin side. We got Edge, obviously just almost decked out as Dubward's. As Yang has picked up his best weapon, which is more levels. On Dubward relying on the power of Spoonward and Edge, who are each putting out around 3,000, 3,500 a cycle. And Palom on Nuke, Rosa on Cure Duty, maybe the occasional white here. This is going to be very close.
Yeah, as you said, they're pumping out similar amounts of damage. Well,
there's a big bang. A big bang on Saradin's side barely scratches his team. Most people, that was the first nerf one, I believe. Most people taking under 800 HP. Dubward's side, casual quad 9s from the kid. As our runners do these side-by-side Z fights with nearly identical strats, just want to express again, please go give these runners a follow. They're amazing streamers, they're amazing racers. One of them is out tonight, but both of them have really shown off their skill in this match. And also a shout out to our behind the scenes team, Brad Potato on tracking, S-Grunt rolling this amazing seed that we got to see so much of, and also for the restreaming. And shout out to Chuck Ultra, my co-commentator here in the booth, who is just as excited about this Zemus fight as I am.
Yes. Also a shout out to my co-commentator here, Stoppable Force. Keeping me going in the right direction here is not an easy thing. It's like herding cats, but it looks like we have a crack boom on Nova's side. Or not Nova's side, Dubward's side, killing Nova Mus.
Ooh, Dubward knocking Nova down first. But embarrassed to margins. I'll have to see if we can get Dubward in here for an interview soon.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's going to be too much longer before we get the Saradin knocking down Z here.
And that ping in my ears tells me we are joined by Dubward's GG Dubward.
Thank you, dang.
So, just first off, just overall, what were your thoughts on that seed?
Yeah, that was a slog. My
My tracker's over here lit up like a Christmas tree. This is ridiculous. I think I full cleared the whole thing, no? Not all. But it was a good one though.
Yeah, I believe Fried Potato got to push just about every button once except the magma key.
Yeah, sorry you guys didn't get to say the line. Yeah.
I think it's just me being here. Every time I'm here, the magma key never shows up.
Oh. That's not a bad thing. So, very nice. No, GG Saradin. Looks like he was a very close one at the end. That's sketchy. Ooh, GG.
Just want to quickly say here, it looks like we have Saradin also, again, knocking out that Z, just shortly behind you.
Man, yeah, too close for comfort. Yeah, I hope it was a good match. It seems like it was a very good match, but yeah. Whew, those bosses were hidden. Well played, S-Grunt. Well played.
Yeah, that seed was kind of nice to you at the start. Again, a lot of softballs there, giving you that edge kind of early, and a lot of edge gear early too. But again, that hide and seek really drawing the seed out for you.
Yeah, and looking at that Odin early on, yeah, no, that's not happening anytime soon. I figured, I was like, I'll come back to that if it's absolutely necessary. It feels bad going to the moon with 3 bosses still moving, but or maybe 4. I think it was at 4 at that time. But man, yeah, that was fun. That was a good one. I think I ran it pretty good though.
Yeah, obviously. The only bad thing is that as a runner, you don't have chat over here to reminding you that the Zantetsuken there at the element spot doesn't really do any damage. So both you and your opponent reset out of that near immediately. But we were fully confident in both of you being able to take it on. We were glad to see at least one of you go back and hit it up eventually.
Yes, I was worried about that. I was like, I know the magic here isn't low. I can never remember if that. I get that and the DKC Dark Wave mixed up. Like, what's based off magic, what's based off of any other stat, and it's just, ugh. So I was like, I'll just put that off till later. And then those Silk Webs, I'm like, well, at least I got that. I'll just kill it as soon as possible. But yeah, that was a good one. Definitely gotta watch this back. This was close.
Yeah, there was a lot of similar routing. I think the biggest one at the end was your grinds were slightly different, but in the end it was still mostly grind up for some power, and then take on moon bosses and Fey Marcher power. Was that kind of your plan when you picked up the Sirens?
I thought about it. Yeah, I thought about a quick grind. I even thought about maybe popping some more eggs before jumping to the moon. But then I thought, you know what? I'm missing so many key items. There's a strong possibility I got to take a majority of these boss fights on the moon just to get more key items. So I was like, you know what? Let that be my grind, and hopefully it just worked out. I thought about it for a split second before hitting that Masa or Mura altar. I was like, I could pop one and just get to nuke, but nah, we'll just keep going. So yeah, I just let the moon just kind of give everything to me, and grateful I didn't have to go back and maybe get that K value for another gating key item. So yeah, it all just, I kind of got super lucky, I feel like, but I felt I ran it pretty clean. I'm pretty happy with how it went, and maybe just 1 or 2 little minor mistakes here and there that I kind of was dreading. But yeah, again, GG's to Saradin. Whew, what a good one.
Yep, and so with this, you will continue on to the next round of the Blue Moon Waning bracket. Is there anything you are going to take away from this for your future games?
Yeah, that's terrifying because, all those runners from the waxing bracket are now starting to come down to the waning bracket, and that's not cool. So yeah, I'm pretty scared. Not looking forward to it, but I know who my next opponent is, so I'm just gonna stalk them religiously and see how they play this, and yeah, and hopefully try and keep going. But I'm sure my time is coming to an end here very shortly.
I don't know. I think for what we've seen today, I think you can probably hang with any of them.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So yeah, we'll just keep at it. I'll just keep trying to clean it up here and there what I can.
Yeah, just want to echo that. Again, it's a great race you ran today. Again, just over a minute ahead of Saradin there. So again, best of luck in the next upcoming winning bracket for you.
Thank you, and yeah, I definitely can't wait to watch this one back. Thank you, Chuck Ultra. Thank you, S-Grunt for the role. Thank you, Stoppable. Obviously, I'm sure Comps was fantastic here. Fried Potato. hey man, put you to work. I apologize, and thank you to chat. I'm definitely going to be taking some notes from this one, so thank you all.
All right, thank you. Have a good rest of your evening.
Likewise.
Now we'll have to see if Saradin is coming in for an interview as well.
Yeah, I believe with that ding we have Saradin in here. GG, Saradin.
Cool. I just want to say GG's, by the way, on this race, and especially for your decision there at the very end, keeping us on the edge of our seat, hoping that you were getting that tower key. Tell us what was going through your head when you decided to go to top of tower.
I was kind of low on options there at that point. It was either that or go back through the giant when I bounced off of Odin, or go back up to the node and fight that plague Nira altar, I believe. Or go over to that sparkle at Cape Bahamut. So tower just seemed like the fastest check at that point.
Yep, that's kind of where we figured you were. So we can rule out a few more things for you. It was actually a 50-50 between either top of tower or Cape Bahamut having down you, and we were just pulling for let this be the tower key, and it was. And so you guys gave us a real race today.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. That felt good for the first hour or so, and then it's like, oh no, where is everything?
Yeah, Grunt gave you gave false confidence with the early power spike, and then just hid everything from you.
Yeah,
such a rude restreamer.
Some of that early game though, you kind of bounced off that Val early and just kind of left it alone for a while. Is there? Didn't feel like going back at it, or just like, you know what, I'll come back when I've got some more power and just kind of blow through the spot in case it's required?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, if I had darts for Edge there, if I hadn't thrown those Ninja Stars and Shurikens earlier, I might have tried for her. But at that point, it's just like, this is going to be more trouble than it's worth. I'll just come back later on. Unfortunately, that did cost me walking Sylph Cave again because the pan was in there. So had a few different rewalks in here. I think that cost me a decent amount of time.
Yeah, we were chat noted at one point that you were doing a good job accidentally fading things that weren't going to pan out, but then also accidentally going back to do those things anyway.
Yeah.
Like the pan being the only real value on ordeals, which led to Sheila 2, which didn't pay out because Sheila 1 was the Darkness Crystal.
Yeah.
So I mean, but you gotta check what's in front of you. I mean, if you're running low on options, you gotta take the options that you have in front of you. So
yeah, it's gonna feel real
choices.
bad. It's gonna feel real bad if I get the pan out of ordeals and then go check Sheila 1 and it's nothing, and I still have to go back down and go back to football again.
Mm-hmm. I personally think it's a testament to your skill that even with those rewalks still coming in 1 minute and 8 seconds behind, so just a minimum of time. This was a very close race. So, unfortunately, this does end your foray through the Waning bracket and Zemus Zone 5. What were your thoughts on the tournament overall?
I definitely enjoyed it. I think the boss hunts was a nice change of pace for objectives, and look to see what the admins come up with in the future for other tournaments. But for right now, we'll just watch the rest of it and cheer people on.
They definitely keep us on our toes. Chuck, got any other questions for Saradin?
No, again, just echoing most of what's been said. Again, great game, just a minute apart. Again, showing that it's you've got the skill to hang in with the best of them here. So it's looking forward to your future participations in whatever tournaments they come up with. I'm looking forward to seeing what flags they decide are going to be our next tournament flags, and seeing if they do another again like they did this time, the Red Moon, Blue Moon. See if they give us a novice class and an expert class.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps up everything I have too. So, Sarah, I'm gonna let you have a great rest of your evening.
Thanks for the Restream team for putting on the show.
And with that, our match is drawn to a close here. But don't worry, we are not done with Free Enterprise. Not by a long shot. After we get done here, we are going to raid over to RPG Limit Break for Rybon versus Pyre, Game 2. Remember, if you watch this match, please do not spoil the results of this match over there, or you will get the bonk. And we have a full slate of races for tomorrow, and the best place to keep up on the schedule for that, both restreamed and non-restreamed matches, is in our Discord. In addition to finding our schedule of matches there, you can also find a friendly, welcoming community who's just really enthusiastic about this randomizer and wants to help you learn to play it at any level you want to, from racing to just casually rolling around and talking to every NPC in the game, almost all of whom have custom dialogue. I'd like to give a shout out again to our behind the scenes crew here today. S-Grunt, who rolled this amazing and thorough seed. Fried Potato, who got to push practically every button except the Magna key. And my co-commentator Chalk Ultra, who I don't do that work with, but it has been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I'll also like a shout out to Restream team as well as Stoppable Force here. Again, it's a great pleasure doing comms with you today as well.
Yep, it's been great. Go give everybody a follow. Go join the Discord. Come find out when we have some more matches tomorrow. And we'll send you over to another one now. With that, I'm going to sign off. Everyone, have a great evening.